We are here at Purpose Fulfilled Community Outreach. The voice you are hearing is yours truly, Founder Tiffany Ross. So we are here to do a demonstration on how to register on the Arise platform in order to work with Divine Connections call center opportunity. We have our amazing volunteer Yolanda here, JoJo, who is helping us create a test account so you all can literally see step by step just how easy it is to complete the registration to get added to our work roster to work from home and start earning money in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. Again, I want to remind you all, this is a process, okay? It is a registration process, then a certification process before you get to start servicing a client to start earning revenue. We do need to make sure that you are qualified, tech savvy, to be able to work this opportunity from home until we get into our new space and launch our on-site call center opportunity. So, first step, here we go. We're going to make this quick, sweet, and easy and show you just how easy it is. So our first step is you're going to go open a browser on the internet and go to www.ariseworkfromhome.com. So if we can zoom in on that website, again, that's ariseworkfromhome.com, and hit enter. I'm going to hit enter and we'll be back with part 2. All right, we are back with part 2. So again, all you're going to do is go to ariseworkfromhome.com. We see the address there. Very easy. Open the browser, type in the web address, ariseworkfromhome.com. This is what you're going to see here, these lovely ladies. All right, and then you're simply going to click the register now. So we're going to go ahead and click the register now. All right, very simple. As you see, this is plug and play. Now we have our amazing volunteer, Yolanda, here, who we are going to be utilizing to go through this process. Some parts we will stop, so her information is not shown via live or heard via live, but this is going to be a very quick process. Here we go. Miss Yolanda has her email address that she's already given. All right, we're back with the next step. So once you go to ariseworkfromhome.com, you click on the registration now, and then you're going to come to this screen. Very simple. Put in your email address. Then you are going to create a username and password to be able to access the platform, to be able to go in and out to the portal on the Arise platform. So we're just going to do her. I recommend people, please just keep it simple so that you won't forget your username and password. I highly recommend doing your first initial. So her first initial is J. We're going to do J Williams. And we could do like year of birth is what I recommend. First initial, last name. And what's your year of birth, Miss Yolanda?
2016.
2016. Okay. And that's all you need for that, for the username. All right. And then we're going to create a password. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Now, as you see, we are creating a username. I told you what I recommend doing, but you can choose anything you like. Now, password. As you see, I've created a password here for her, but it says it must be at least 12 characters, so that's good to know. When you create your password, it must be at least 12 characters long. So we'll be right back. I'm going to choose a different password that's 12 characters long. Okay, we are back. So now see, as you see, it will change from red to green to let you know that you have met the character requirement, and you hit get started. All right. So as you see here, create account, basics, referral code, contact details. You're going to see all this information here. This is what it should look like. Second. Okay, it says select your country. We're in the United States. All right, select your state. And we are in Georgia. Okay, this is just letting you know all of the disclaimers here. It says that you consent to receive text messages from the Arise platform, and they are going to need a phone number to be able to text you and get your validation, confirmations, and things of that nature. So please make sure you have a valid mobile number and check that periodically as you're going through this process. You must be 18 or older to work right? So make sure you're 18 or older. This is a NDA, non-disclosure agreement. You will be working for, or rather have opportunities to work for Fortune 500 companies. This is a legit opportunity. So that's what the NDA is about, because you're going to start, if you do successfully pass a certification, you get to start servicing one of the clients. You're going to have people's you're going to be working with personal information. There's opportunities out there right now for medical customer service and things for even different credit card companies and things like that. So it's just letting you know that you are going to abide by the rules. Okay. So again, also very important. This is a 1099 independent contractor opportunity. We, Divine Connections, are not your employer. This is not an employment opportunity per se. It is a 1099. As I explained, you can go back and look at previous videos that I've posted. This is just like the Uber effect. When you drive for Uber, you are an independent contractor. They are just allowing you to utilize their platform to receive your trips. Same thing here. This is an opportunity where we're giving you the opportunity to be connected with clients that need virtual customer service representatives. So this is why also, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, why we deduct a platform fee. All right, so that's what that's about. We'll be back. So we are going to hit create account. Okay, now it says just that easy. Your initial part has been successfully completed. All right, now we're going to go ahead and continue with Miss Yolanda. So we're going to go. So the next page, what you're going to see is this. It's going to ask for first name, last name, date of birth. So we'll be right back. We're going to collect this info from her. Very self-explanatory. Pause. All right. So as you see, we've entered in her information, first name, last name, date of birth. And I'm just covering this for privacy, security reasons, right? So your next step is simply there. You hit enter referral code. Now, this is very important here. This is where you're going to enter our information here. Okay, it says referral code. So if you go to the email that was sent, to you, I'm going to show you right here on this other device momentarily here. I put our referral information and our tax ID information. So I'm going to show you that here. Okay, so the email that went out to everyone. Okay, we can go ahead and show them this. The email to start this process, if you're watching this for the first time, you have to have the initial email from us. It has 6 attachments. And this is where a lot of people are missing things because you did not take the time to read through all of those attachments. That is very, very important. All right, because there is a file, which I'm bringing up now, that says step-by-step instructions. And in that file, that is where you're going to find our referral code. So remember, it may look a little different on the screenshot, but it's the same information. So remember when we started, it asks you, it says you understand that you're utilizing this, NDA, all that stuff, right? General information, same thing, name, state of residence, date of birth, all of that good fun stuff. It's a little different. They won't actually take you to some of these parts yet until you get through some assessments, okay? But then eventually it's going to ask you for your address and all of that information, okay? Now, here we go. So here where it says referring agent, that is our referring agent. So that's what we're going to enter there, okay? 1168730. Running out of minutes. Pause. Information, we've already entered that information for her. And then you're going to continue to just keep plugging in and clicking. So it says, congratulations, you're on your way to using the Arise platform. And this is very simple. Now you're going to hit continue. Okay. Now this is where it's going to ask you to check your phone. So Miss Yolanda is going to take a quick minute to grab her phone, and she's going to provide us with the validation code. Pause. All right. So here we are. Now, when you enter all of your information, it is going to get to this part where it says validate your contact info. This is amazing, right? This shows you this is a legit opportunity here because they want to make sure this is you signing up and not someone taking your information, right, and signing you up. So they want to make sure you are who you are. So simply here, what you can do is if you don't get the text message, because see, it says we sent a validation code to her phone. So she's looking through her phone now, text message to see if she received it. But you can also look at your... you're going to start receiving emails now right away from Arise. And then it says email validation link. So you can also click that link and then you're going to make sure you validate your email. Oh, hold on here. Hold on. Let's see if it will allow us to do it through here. Okay. And then it's going to have you log back in again. So we'll be right back. All right, and so now Miss Yolanda has received her validation code, so we're going to go ahead and enter that, and so we can show you what the next step looks like. Go ahead, Miss JoJo. One more time, please.
Okay. 650872.
Okay, you simply enter that in, and then you are going to hit next. Okay, now this is the most important part. As you see here, this is where everyone's getting hung up. This is the PC scan. This is where a lot of people get, remember, stuck because you cannot do this through Wi-Fi. You must have a laptop, a desktop, as you see these here. So if you have internet at home, all you have to do, if you have internet at home, cable service, all you need is an Ethernet cord. You're going to take that from the back of your, pause. Okay, now we are back. So as you see, it says complete your PC scan, right? To proceed. This is important. You cannot do this. If you got to this point using Wi-Fi, using your phone, you're not going to pass this part, and it will not let you continue to finish the registration in order to be added to our call center, to start to enter in our information, to be added to our call center, okay? So you must have, if we're going to have him zoom into here. If you have internet at home, all you need is a Ethernet cord, okay? You're going to take it from the back of your, what do you call this? Your internet box, and you're going to take it and you can attach it. Some people may have a laptops that have the Ethernet port on their laptop. If you don't have an Ethernet port, you can get one of these from Amazon, and it's an Ethernet port. You simply go on Amazon. Let me show you something here. Okay, there we go. Ethernet port adapter. There we go. That's a better picture. So as you see, so if you have a computer that has a C-type USB and there's no Ethernet port, you can buy one, an attachment that will allow you to connect directly from your internet to your laptop to give you what's called a hard wire. Again, we're dealing with a virtual private network, so they want to make sure you have a secure network. You can't be working over Wi-Fi and things like that. That's what this PC scan about. It's not scanning your computer, taking any information from your computer. It's not going to cause a virus. If you read through here, the screen, it explains just that. It says this is to make sure to detect your computer is good. It has the right RAM, like the qualifications. So see, it tells you you need to have at least 3.0 megabytes of speed. So see, it's telling you your speed, the space you need, and all of that. That's all this is checking for, okay? So I have gone ahead and I have connected everything. So we're going to run the PC scan, and let's hope it passed. Be right back. All right. So as you see, complete PC scan to move forward registration. We're going to click start scan, and let's see what happens. So it may take a couple minutes, or not even minutes really. It should be 60 seconds or less. And we're going to see if there's a strong enough connection from where we're located at right now. You might have to, let's see if we need to open this. Okay, so actually you do need to click. I'm glad we did that. It's going to be a download that's going to pop up. You need to click that and open that file. As it says, taking a look, we're identifying the hardware and software components on your computer. And it tells you right there, zoom in that. No personal information is being collected. It's simply seeing if your system meets their requirements. And let's see if we passed. still going. It's still going. We'll be right back to let you know if we passed. Okay. All right. So as you can see, we passed. Woohoo! It says scan complete. It will tell you here. Lots of you all, I'm sure, have tried to run the scan from your phone, from a Wi-Fi, from a non-hard wire, and it failed. That is why. Okay. So it really is just all that other stuff doesn't matter. We just want to get everyone past this point. Like I said, we can help you with this. But we'll give more information on how we can help you with that if you do not currently have a hardwire connection. But just know you will eventually, before you can start servicing a client, you're going to need high-speed internet and a hardwire connection equipment. But we can, again, provide you with resources on how to obtain all of that. Okay? All right. We'll be right back. Actually, we're just going to keep rolling. We're going to hit next. All right. So now it then is going to have you go through some assessments. And it says, good luck with your assessment. So we'll be back. Like I said, I just wanted to do this part so far to show you all you cannot be added. We will not get the notification that you want to join our call center until you get through these steps. So we just got through the PC scan. We did our username and password. You have access to the portal now. Now you're going to begin your assessments. We don't need to record that because it's going to take a while. We'll get through that, and then I'll be back with a part 3 once we get past this part, and then show you how you can then enter. It'll then prompt you to enter if you successfully pass the assessments, then it will have you enter all of the call center information. Okay, I am back. I just wanted to show this really quickly in regards to these assessments. Like I said, things have changed over the years with the Arise platform. Instead of wasting people time in the past, people will go through all this and then they will realize that they're not very technical savvy. They felt that the platform was not user friendly. And then we went through everything just to realize that they were not able to continue and, go through the process. So here, this is why it says the assessment process may be a little different from what you have experienced in the past. Our goal is to connect you with opportunities that fit your unique combination of skills and ability. So this is going to be like an interactive assessment that, just like any other job or things you may go to, it's going to be able to detect your skill set. So it's going to be some games. It's going to be some different matching things. It'll have you match shapes and things like that. As it says here now, it says you must please dedicate at least 1 hour to this exercise. Your time invested now will speed up the process later. So like I've explained, you have to be patient with this process. It'll benefit you in the long run to know if this is going to be a good fit for you, because you got to imagine you're going to be working from home. You'll be making your own schedule and all of that. But these clients that you're going to end up going through a certification course so they can teach you how to service that particular company or employer, right? So they don't want to waste their time or your time, because those certifications, some of them can be 4 to 6 weeks long. And that's your initial investment to make sure you're fully trained to be able to move forward. But I guarantee you, this is an amazing opportunity. I've been doing this for over, 10 years now. And anytime I can pick it up, let's say I had a job, lost a job, you can always have access to this. You're not committed. They don't pick your hours for you. Once you pass certification, you can choose the hours you want to service. This is a 24-hour opportunity. You can work morning, noon, overnight. You choose that. But the first investment comes this initial process of getting past this part and then getting through the certification. The certification, as I mentioned, is a non-pay. They're not going to pay you for something that you may end up failing, right, at the end, or you may not even show up. The teachers, these instructors are showing up. Some of the certifications could be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day long. You have to show up every day, and it's 100% attendance. If you miss one day of certification, guess what? You're not going to be able to work for that client, because they need to make sure that you understand how to service their clients. That's just like if you started a new job on site, you have to go to training, right? You miss days, you're probably not going to end up working for that company long. You have to go through training. But because this is a 1099, independent contractor opportunity. This is why it is not paid, right? It's not paid training because you are independent. You are an independent contractor. You have the freedom to work what you want and all of that good fun stuff. So hopefully most of you guys understand. If you don't, Google what a 1099 contractor entails. Like I said, it's just like the Uber effect. Guess what? Does Uber pay for your gas? Does Uber pay for your insurance? Does Uber pay for your car? No, they do not. As an independent contractor, you are responsible for all of that, right? Okay, so that's exactly how this works. I'll be back.
Hi, I'm Nicole, a service partner in the Arise Network. Today, I will be guiding you through your enrollment journey, which is the first step in registering to use the Arise platform. Arise is the work from anywhere pioneer, changing the way the world...
All right, so I'm going to pause this. It's a 1-minute video. She is going to explain pretty much everything that I kind of just briefly mentioned in a little more detail and what's going to happen going forward. So like I said, I know a lot of people are saying, you know, this is not user-friendly, things like that, but we have to be patient and just follow the instructions, listen carefully, read things carefully, and it actually is a breeze to get through this process. Amen. Amen. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. So once you listen to that video, the next step, it says, when are you not available to work? Again, these questions are going to be tailored so that they can help you find the best opportunities. So again, this is you choose your schedule, you work when you want. So it's saying, when are you not? So when they give you the client opportunities, they're not going to show you on the portal, opportunities that may go against, let's say you don't want to work on Sundays or you don't want to work on the weekends. So then they won't show you any companies. So when I say client opportunities, I mean companies, the vendors, the people who need customer service reps. They won't show you opportunities in your portal that don't fit your requirements. So this is what this part is here. It'll have you select that there. See, it'll say, so Yolanda's my test here. So let's just say in the event that you were working, it says, when are you not available to work? Like weekends, just make up something. All right. Now, I believe this is the last section. I'll let you guys know momentarily once I complete this, but I believe this is the third section and the last section of the assessments before it lets you know if you were able to proceed through the next section. So as it says here, it's going to show you different figures, okay, different shapes and sizes, okay, and it says 4 of them have something in common, and then you're going to choose the figure that does not belong with the rest. So as we see here, every single one of these shapes, right, has a big and a little one. Big, little, big, little, big, little. This is the only one that has the same shape, so right, that would not fit. So you want to select that and continue. And actually it tells you if you got it right or wrong, and it says I got it correct. It says that this is the correct answer in the 4th option because this is the only option with 2 shapes that are not equal in size. All right, so you're going to want to go through that. Let me go ahead and breeze through this, and then I'll be back. All right, so Miss Yolanda says she cannot work Tuesdays and Saturdays because she has committed to work with Purpose Fulfilled as a volunteer at our food distributions, right? So for our test here, we chose no Tuesdays, no Saturdays. So they'll make sure not to show her opportunities on those days. All right, so we hit continue. All right, it says, how quickly do you want to start working? As soon as possible, within the next 3 months. Just reviewing for options for the future.
Just reviewing options for the future.
All right. So she said there, how did you learn about us?
Leroy Shabazz.
Okay. We are live recording co-founder Devin Ross. Thank you. It says, how did you hear about us?
Tiffany Ross.
Tiffany Ross. So she can go ahead and put our info here. Okay, Tiffany Ross. All right, and then we are going to continue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this, but like I said, it's very self-explanatory. It's just going to continue to ask you more and more questions to tailor this. It says, which statement identifies you most? So it's going to start asking you a lot of multiple choice questions, things to just make sure this is very custom and tailor fit to your needs. And so this is why I said this is a great opportunity. It's going to give you the freedom to pick up, just like Uber, to turn on the portal, log in, look, once you get approved and passed everything, if you get to that point, you can pick this up at any time, go in and service hours whenever you feel like it. and always have the opportunity and the power in your hand to generate some income. Also, I would highly recommend, if you are going to use a laptop, please consider using a mouse, because a lot of times when you're doing these assessments, it's going to be a lot of clicking yes, no, best, worst, neutral, a lot of back and forth, so you don't want to mess up your answers. So I would highly recommend getting a mouse and then just connecting that mouse, because watch this. See how much easier, as you see now, how much easier it is with the mouse. You have your pointer. It's just so much easier to navigate as opposed to using the laptop mouse pad. All right, so here is a sample of one of the questions that you're going to encounter when you're going through the assessments. It's very simple. The first section is going to be comprised of 8 questions that are going to show you a video, and it's going to pose a scenario, and then you will have to scroll down here, and then it also gives you the audio version and the typed out version. So it says a customer calls in to inquire about your product. You're curious if it's really the right product for their business, and they ask if you offer any products that cater to small business. And so as you see here, it gives you the various scenarios, and you simply just got to select an answer for each one of these. You say, what's the best option? What's the worst option? And then the last one obviously would be the neutral, because there's only 3 choices, okay? So let's look at this one together.
I was wondering if you offer any products that cater to small businesses? A customer calls in to inquire about your product. They're curious if it's really the right product for their business, and they ask if you offer any products that cater to small businesses.
Okay, so it says, what would you do? So as you see here, the first option is, you could say, we absolutely can help you out. Did you happen to review our website for the packages we offer, or maybe you already have a package in mind? And then it says, I suggest you try reviewing our packages on our website first, then we can offer more assistance. Well, I think we should know right away, they're calling you for a reason, so you never want to tell a customer, right, to go check it out themselves. So I would select worst for that one. And let's see what our third one says. I can definitely assist you with finding the best product for your business needs. To start, why don't you tell me a bit about your business? That would be the best option. The next one could be neutral, because it says we can't help you out, but you can ask, did you happen to review our website for packages we offer? Or maybe if they had looked at it, they may already have something in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and then I'll be back. But this is pretty much, this whole first part is going to be 8 questions. I'm going to go ahead and get through these really quick so I can show you the next section of assessments. But this is the first part. Okay, as you see, once you complete the first section, so that was 8 questions, and then you click next, and then it will take you to the next section. So as you see, it will play the next video explaining what's going to happen next.
Can be a little bit more difficult than others, but the good news is the positive interactions far outweigh the tough ones, and the satisfaction that you'll feel after having successfully helped a customer is the best. So now let's find out a little bit more about you. In this next section, we'll learn about your personal work style and preferences.
So like I said, you all, these are not rocket science questions. These are just, again, trying to tailor it. They're trying to, get an idea of your personality and how you would respond in different scenarios. As it tells you, each section is going to tell you how long it's going to take. This one takes 7 minutes. So the first one took about 10 minutes. This one's 7. Like I said, all together, I think there's about 3 or 4 more assessment sections. So it could total up to about an hour of your time. But you just want to go through each one, take your time, because like I said, this is going to help tailor these opportunities that will fit you better than others. All right. I'll be back. All right, so as you see, I'm going through these questions here, and so you see how much I've completed already. Here, how much has been completed, and then going there, this is how many questions it's going to be. And as you see here, what I want to, just a quick tip, you want to answer these questions how you would answer them, honestly, right? But I can tell you with these type of assessments, even though there's 5 bubbles here, you want to just don't go all over the place. Try to make your answers consistent. Try to just stay on one end here. So one end here or the other. Don't click all in between. So example, in an elevator, I tend to keep to myself or strike up a conversation with others. They're trying to predict you may keep to yourself, but in this type of environment, they want to see if you are friendly, if you're customer service, if you're a people person, you have a personality that you're going to engage. So although you may keep to yourself, you may be shy, but what they're looking for is to see if you're going to have a smile, if a smile can relay across the phone without somebody seeing you. That's what they're trying to determine here. So you would want to select strike up a conversation, because again, you're going to be talking on the phone. If you pick your answers that say that you're going to be constantly starting fights, or you don't like when somebody tells you what to do, you like to do everything, you're not going to pass this part. Let me just put that out there, right? So trying to understand the motivation behind someone's behavior. It says, is it often a waste of time, or is it something I enjoy doing? So trying to understand. Now, guess what? We can't always predict somebody's motivation. You don't have time to do that, right? In a customer service, you just want to get the job done. So that would be a waste of time, right? In my opinion, and I've done customer service long enough to know that's what they're going to be looking for. You don't have time. They're going to want to make sure that you're able to get through phone calls. You're not wasting time on things that you have no control over. So that's something that you want to pretty much say that that's often a waste of time. So I'm not going to go through all of these because I want you guys to answer these questions honestly, based upon your own personality, but just wanted to give you that tidbit of information to help you get through that part. So one last one. At a crowded event, it says, I try to meet as many new people as possible or stick closely to my friends. Well, guess what? You're going to be working in an environment. It's going to be all types of people. Just think if you worked in an actual call center. Well, guess what? You can't just always stick with the same people. You're probably going to need to be interacting with different people, right? So you would want to go here. I'll be back. All right, so I am back. So we just completed that part of the assessment. All right, so that is fairly easy. So here's the next part.
When I started my customer support business using the Arise platform,
Let's rewind that.
When I started my customer support business using the Arise platform, it took a while to balance my family obligations with how and when I service. One of the benefits of choosing your clients and making your own schedule is the ability to have more time during the day to manage my household and even take my son to his baseball practice. After all, the Arise platform gave me the technology and support I needed to strike the work-life balance that I was looking for and achieve my earning goals. All right, you're doing great. Let's keep going.
All right, so you watch that little video and then you're going to continue. I believe this is actually logical reasoning. This exercise will challenge your ability to detect logical rules, okay? I believe this is actually the last one, and it says it requires a stable connection. All right, so next part is what it looks like. It'll let you take a couple of test questions before you get started. You only have 7 minutes to complete 30 questions. 7 minutes to complete the 30 questions. So as it says, you may not get through all the questions, but answer as many as you can in the allotted time. So before you start this, again, just a heads up if you're watching this video. So before you hit begin assessment, if you're somewhere, you got a lot of distractions and people around and you can't focus, don't hit begin assessment. Wait and log back in when you can have undivided attention to get through this part of the assessment. All right, so when you complete that section, that was definitely a brain, a twist turn brain, make your brain really think, and your eyes. So take a quick breather, take a breath, and then next it says you will show us your English, how proficient you are in that. So it's going to be a language test. The goal of this exercise will help you evaluate your language skills. You will be asked to take 2 exercises. So I keep saying I think that's the end. So like I said, it's definitely a lengthy assessment part. And so maybe this is where some people also are not finishing or getting through it. But this is the next part. So it says it takes 9 minutes. So you want to hit continue here. Grammar, etc., etc. I'll be back. Self-explanatory. Read the instructions. Get her done. Get her done. So as you see here, and I can kind of see, I understand you guys. I mean, it just is what it is. Anything worth freedom is worth having the patience and doing what you need to do. I mean, we gotta get out. You know, I'm here. You know, as a community activist. You know, sometimes we're so used to just, you know, this is really going to give you freedom, the liberty, especially those single moms dealing, you know, juggling parenting and different things. You know, some people throw in the towel because they don't want to take the time, the patience, because we live in such a microwave day and age, and we want things quick, fast. But this is kind of taking you back to school a little bit. You know, you got to be patient. You got to read. I mean, anything worth, like I said, fighting for. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So you got to let me stop talking, and my time is ticking. But I wanted to show you guys what this is going to look like, okay? So you're going to read the paragraph and fill in the blanks.
And the great benefits it provides you and the customers you service. Whether you choose to run your own customer support business or to work for one, you and you alone have the opportunity to decide what your future holds. Congratulations on making it one step closer to freedom and additional income from the comfort of your own home. We can't wait to welcome you into our ever-growing network.
All right. So there you have it. That completed. So altogether, that was about 4 or 5. I kind of lost track, but I believe it was 4 or 5 assessments that you have to get through to get to this point. They'll tally everything up. But typically, if you get that video, I believe you pass through to the next stage, which we're about to see right now. So we're going to continue. Okay, so it says, thank you for your interest. You've successfully completed your assessment. To find out if you have been successful, please close this window and continue the enrollment process with through the portal. It asks you how was the process. So let's see how I did, y'all. Like I said, we did a test dummy account. So let's see here what shows up next. If I have passed that. So we're going to close this out, and we'll be right back. And we're going to see if we're able to proceed to the next. Okay, so there was another tab open. When it says to close that window, you close that, but you still should have had another tab that remained open in the background. So you're going to refresh here. Going to refresh here, and it should let us know now. I'm no longer hardwired, so I want to see if this is actually going to load because I had to disconnect from being hardwired. So I may actually pause this and then come right back after I'm hardwired. Let's see here. So it's loading. So we'll be back to let you know the next step. So if you hit the refresh button and it doesn't refresh, you can always log out and log back in, and then it'll tell you where you left off. So let's take a look. So we're going to re-log back in. One moment, be right back. Let me enter in the password. I don't think you guys can see it. Okay, hold tight. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to correct the, oh, wait, I'll be right back, y'all. I got to enter in this correctly. I entered in the wrong username. Okay, so here we are. So once you have gotten through the assessments, it's going to bring you here. It says, learn more about the Arise platform. It gives you a video here. It explains, what you can expect. Watch the video, answer the questions on the right. Keep in mind that if you skip the video and the questions, you will not be able to come back later. So take your time. Like I said, take your time and read this stuff because this stuff is going to answer a lot of questions that you may have once you watch the video. All right. So watch the video. I'm going to watch it. We're going to answer the questions and see now because we're going to be getting to the important part soon on how to get added to our call center.
Platform works.
So we're going to watch the video. Listen, that's the only way you're going to answer these questions.
On the Arise platform, you call the shots. It is important to understand you're not an employee of Arise or the client you choose to service. You are an independent contractor using the Arise platform to service client programs. This means you have the flexibility to schedule work around your life, work from home, and achieve true work-life balance. You will be using the Arise platform.
Sorry for the background. You guys, I want y'all to be successful, but I am a mom, I'm a wife, right? Founder. I wear many hats, so you might hear some background noise, but we want to make sure we get this done to help you guys get through this process so that you can be successful.
You can register as a service partner using your own incorporated business. Or you can register as an agent.
This part is very important. Here we go. You can do your own if you have an LLC, or you can work with Divine Connections, which will more than likely be most of you.
Incorporated entity or LLC. If you choose to work as an agent for an existing service
that
partner,
would be Divine
make sure
Connections.
to do your due diligence. Select a service partner that fits your needs, and understand that they will be your first point of contact
So
for
I will be
support
your
and guidance.
contact.
Remember, you work for the service partner, not Arise.
You work
or the
for
client
Divine
you select to
Connections, not
provide
Arise.
service to. When using the Arise platform, your revenue potential varies depending on the client program you choose. All rates are paid by Arise to the service partner. As a service partner, you'll incur a platform usage fee. Agents working for service partners are paid based on rates negotiated by and between the service partner and the agent, not Arise. At the end of the registration process, you will see your registration score. This score is based on the steps taken during registration and your engagement throughout the process, including watching this video and answering a few questions. Once you complete registration, you will be placed on a waitlist based on that score. When a client program matching your skill set becomes available,
Okay, I'm going to
you will
pause
receive
this.
an email with next steps.
Just continue to watch the video, and then you answer
Once
the
you have
questions,
gained
and then we're going to
access
show you the
Arise
next
portal,
step.
These courses give you all the essential knowledge you need
So this
about
is
client
explaining how the
systems and
certification
processes.
course works. It's
Specific
giving you
information
all the
about these
knowledge you're going to
courses will
need.
be outlined in the program announcement for each one. Finally, when it's time to service, you'll enjoy the flexibility to set your own schedule. Platform website.
Okay, so the video is almost over. Obviously, I know the answers to these questions already, so I went ahead and answered them, and this is what you're going to do as well. You're going to hit submit. You're going to hit submit. Wait for a second here. Hit submit, and I will be right back. All right, so here we go. So here, okay, this is the important part that I believe some people are skipping. So now I passed that part, right? So you can view opportunities. It explains everything here. You want to read through all of that. So let's see here. We want to close that. Now it says opportunities, finish registering. This is crucial. I don't know. Like I said, I really believe people got stuck because you did not read, you weren't patient to get through the assessments, to even do the assessments, to get to this next step, so that your information could come over on my end of things to add you to our center. I'll be back. Okay, so here we go. This is the most important now. We're getting closer. So you guys, I started this process just a couple hours ago recording this video. So if you just take the time, don't rush it. Find a day that you can sit down and get through the process and get it done, so that you can then get to the point of where I posted everything in the group about the different opportunities and how much they pay, what you can make an hour, and all that good fun stuff. And then how you can learn about the client opportunities, where, you'll have to pick a date soon, because there's a lot of opportunities right now that some, it's just like enrolling in college. Some of their classes are starting soon. So the sooner you can get through this process to be able to get in one of the certification classes to get it done, then the faster you can start earning money. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. So we want to click finish registering. Okay. Here we go, you guys. This is, like I said, it's very self-explanatory. It's very click, plug and play, click, click, click. So again, the only way you would have not reached this site, it tells you right here, I want to work for someone else. I want to be my own boss. Now, I know we all want to be our own boss, but if you cannot click this, if you do not have your own business, if you don't have an LLC, incorporation, you can't do this. even if you do, I highly recommend starting off working for an agent with Divine Connections, because get your feet wet first. Understand how this works, because as you see, guess what? As I'm going through everything I'm going through, same thing. If you want to try to start your own call center and all that, which you can do that. Look at what you're going to have to go through to be able to walk people through this. Okay, it's very time consuming. It's a lot. All right, so I highly recommend. If you're here, we sent you an email. You said you want to work for us. This is where you're going to want to start. All right. So only thing that you're going to avoid, if you do have your own LLC incorporation, again, I'm not hiding anything from anyone. I explained in the initial email, the only fees that we take out, we're only making $40. $40 is what comes back to us for each agent. Okay, that's the option I chose. There's other ways you can do it as your own, but that's what we're not here for. So only $40 comes out, no taxes, no nothing, when you do this part, right? So anywho, let's continue. You're going to want to click work for someone else. Okay, right? Register. This is what you want. Register as an agent working for a service partner. That would be me. Do you want to work for someone else? Do you have a company code or tax ID? Now, remember that email I sent, and it was labeled step-by-step instructions. That is where you are going to find our tax ID information. All right. So you don't want to go here. That's no. You want to go right here. You're going to click join a service partner. Okay. And I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and put in all of this information here. So again, this is a legit opportunity. Okay. So this is why it's asking for this information here. It's just like, oh, this is a real job, y'all. Real income, we're doing real deal here. Okay. So of course your social security number is going to be needed. Just like with Uber. Uber requires a social security number, any job that you work for. All right. Government, taxes, all that good fun stuff. Okay. They want to know what we're doing, if we're making money. Correct. Okay. And make just also too, obviously, to make sure you are who you are. So that is why we request that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this information and then enter it in. And then I will be right back to show you the next steps. And then I'm going to show you what happens on my end on how it comes over to me so that I can approve you. And then you can continue in the process.